partido entre Puerto Rico y Canadá. Y por eso todos los presentes los invitamos con un fuerte aplauso a recibir la selección de Puerto Rico. Con la número 1, Taira Meléndez. Con la número 2, Brianna Jones. Con la número 5, Pamela Rosado. Con la número 9, Ali Gibson. Con la número 10, Ashley Torres. Con la número 12, Alana Stitch. Con la número 15, Keila Hillary. Con la número 21, Mia Holicek. Con la número 22, Alegra Girantes. Con la número 25, Sally Quiñones. Con la número 33, India Pagán. Con la número 55, Jacqueline Benítez. Equipo dirigido por su entrenador, Gerardo Batista. Ahí la tienen, la selección de Puerto Rico. Ahora recibamos con un fuerte aplauso al seleccionado de Canadá. Con la número 1, Ashley Coney. Con la número 2, Jane Coley. Con la número 4, Sammy Hill. Con la número 5, Kian Roach. Con la número 6, Bridget Aston. Con la número 8, Sam Prosper. Con la número 11, Natalie Achongwa. Con la número 12, Silent Sword. Con la número 14, Kayla Alexander. Con la número 15, Leticia Amhier. Con la número 22, Kim Sauder. Con ese es seleccionado de Canadá, su entrenador, Víctor Carreño. Ahora les pedimos, por favor, de colocarse de pie, posición de respeto para escuchar las notas del himno nacional de Puerto Rico.
with their tickets punched to the Olympic qualifying tournament in February, based on both of them defeating Venezuela and Colombia. Even the loser of this game will finish ahead of those two squads. So what do you expect from these teams, and really what do they have to play for?
Good evening, Craig, and good evening, basketball fans around the world, Canadian fans, Puerto Rican fans. Well, Craig, what we expect here is that even though both of these teams have already punched their ticket, like you said, onto the next round, onto the pre-Olympic World qualifiers in February, what you want to do is you want to use this meaningful game, use these meaningful minutes to really keep on practicing your team, getting better, finding more solutions, finding where players can contribute, who can come off the bench and produce as well in other units. So you're using this opportunity as an international, a FIBA game with all aspects of it. So even though the result right now doesn't matter, but you still try to bring out your best performance throughout the 40 minutes.
Here we got a look at Puerto Rico head coach Gerardo Batista and his starting five: Tara Melendez, Brianna Jones, Pamela Rosado, Arela Guirantes, and Isales Quinones. And there's the starting lineup for Team Canada. Both of these teams, one change in the lineup for each squad. First, for Puerto Rico, Tyra Melendez will be starting in place of Maya Hollingshead. And for Canada, we've got Shea Colley, Kia Nurse, Bridget Carlton, Natalie Achunwa, and Letitia Emaher starting in place of Kayla Alexander. There is the head coach for Team Canada, Victor LaPeña. And our officials for this game, another really good crew: Andres Bartel of Uruguay, Alan Dos Santos of Brazil, and Aline Garcia of Uruguay. Should mention that Gerardo Batista of Puerto Rico, assisted by Carlos Morales and Jorge Otero Vasquez, and Victor LaPeña for Canada, assisted by Noel Quinn, Steve Bauer, Carly Clark, and Muriel Page. Canada comes into this one having defeated Venezuela by the score of 81-39 and Colombia 70-53. Puerto Rico, meanwhile, defeated Colombia 80-79. Colombia had a chance to win that game at the buzzer. And Puerto Rico on Friday defeated Venezuela 65-57. Just four teams in this mini tournament. The third through sixth place finishers at the FIBA America in Mexico in July. And again, the top two teams, which we already know are Canada and Puerto Rico, regardless of the outcome of this game, will advance to the Olympic qualifying tournament in February. Last game of this event will be coming up shortly after this one. It's going to be a huge rivalry game between Colombia and Venezuela, as the teams exchange pleasantries at center court. And we are just moments away from the opening tip. Isales Quinones will be jumping against Letitia Emaher. Not sure what the delay is here.
We're just getting everything set so we can get some tip-off, play some basketball here, Craig. It's such a pleasure to have this international game on the Sunday afternoon here live from Medellin, Colombia, Craig. And these are two of the squads that we have seen not only on the tournament, but throughout the years, really put on very competitive teams. They've gone deep into the competition they played at. So no surprise that Canada and Puerto Rico are at this level going into the February window of the FIBA pre-Olympic qualifiers.
Three-pointer for Shea Colley gets Canada started.
Yeah, good job, Puerto Rico starting in the zone, Craig, and they go inside out for the open three.
Colley was 2 of 6 from beyond the arc heading into this game. Puerto Rico with 5 left on the shot clock. Kia Nurse hounding Area Giantes. And that's somebody, Victor, that Canada's going to have to worry about shutting down as Kia Nurse misses the three-pointer. Giantes scored 39 points against Colombia in the tournament opener. She's got 53 total points. That leads all scorers.
Yeah, correct. She can put the ball in the basket in so many different ways. She can create for herself on the isolation. She's able to play the pick and roll. She gets fouled. She has the outside shot. I mean, you're talking about a player that has got all kinds of repertoire. They're going to have to double team her, do whatever they can in order to try to slow her down.
Here comes Rosado. She gives it up. Girantes gets it back, launches the three. No good. Rebound to Chunwa. Kali gets it back. Little lob inside to a Chunwa. And a nice finish by the Canadian captain.
Yeah, nice finish, Greg, because she hit her right on the money. As soon as there's a pick and roll, Natalie going to the basket, she made the pass on top over the defenders. All she had to do was catch, never brought it down, and was able to finish off the glass.
Emma Hare into the paint, getting it back out to a Chunwa. Over to Kia Nurse. Kia Nurse has had a little bit of a quiet tournament. And yeah, it's nice when you can be undefeated and you don't have to rely on Kia Nurse to fill it up for you.
Yeah, and this is what happens sometimes in international play, Craig. This is why this game is so important. You know, you don't have at times meaningful games, meaningful reps for the players, you know, to really settle into their strengths. So you're trying to use this game and get Kia Nurse more volume, more reps, and then your teammates are going to understand how to better utilize her, what are her sweet spots, and then hopefully by, you know, the third game today or the next window, she's more and more comfortable as she goes.
Well, Kia's such a veteran, too, over 100 appearances on the senior national team. I think she's content to just kind of let her teammates, especially the younger ones, find the flow. She's such a veteran, it won't take her long once they need her to get involved.
Mm-hmm.
Bridget Carlton misses the three-pointer, and here comes Puerto Rico still looking for their first points. Girantes over to Melendez. Three-pointer missed. Rebound Carlton. Bridget Carlton's had herself a nice tournament. That three is up and good. Shea Kali strikes from long distance. She's got her second three-pointer. And Canada leads 10-0. And Gerardo Batista wants timeout. Not the start that Puerto Rico wanted. And they will talk things over, Victor, when you're not getting out to the start you want and you find yourself down big early. What do you say in the huddle?
Yeah, first of all, you stop the game, you get a timeout, and then you try to zone in on the basics, which are first is Puerto Rico has given up the roll towards the basket, the open looks for the layup. So you got to protect the key. Anyone going inside the key, you have to be physical with them. You have to have bumps. You have to have multiple helps, so you don't allow the baskets inside. And then if you're protecting the heart of your defense, the key area, then now let's stretch it out to the perimeter. You see right there, see two players inside. You got to stretch out and contest every shot, not allow open looks. And at the same time, you see right there, just an easy give and go for the wide open three to open this game up, Craig. And we see here the pick and roll for Natalie, uncontested layup. So if you're Puerto Rico, protect the paint first. You see right there another running layup by Natalie. So first you protect the key, and then you spread out on the perimeter and put ball pressure on the wings.
You can see Kia Nurse in the corner there. Never intended to shoot that ball. She caught it, almost a touch pass over to Kali for the open three-pointer. Puerto Rico nearly 4 minutes into this game, still looking for their first points. Canada leading the rebound battle at 9-3 right now, so they're crashing the boards early.
Yeah, Craig, and that's defensively what you got to do is Puerto Rico. Then if you establish that, then you're playing a little bit in transition because so far all they have done is play 5-on-5. So they want to first try to get at Puerto Rico. They want to try to play fast, try to get open layups, and if you don't, attack the rim. Get yourself some fouls, go to the free throw line. That way, you know, you establish yourself offensively and not just shooting from the outside.
Canada turns it over on the give and go. Now Puerto Rico again. Here's Tyra Melendez, her three-pointer. Misses everything, and here comes Shea Colley back the other way. Gets it to Achunwa, no. 4.5 minutes into this game, Puerto Rico has not scored, and Durantes can't get it to fall there. Emiher off the square and in.
Yeah, that time did not stop the ball, Puerto Rico, to allow the Canadians to go all the way towards the basket, coast to coast. The rule number one defensively is first you stop the ball, then you scramble into the open players. So a missed assignment that time by Puerto Rico.
Open three for Brianna Jones. That rattles out. Rebound Emiher. And Letitia Emiher, Victor, is somebody who has really had kind of a coming out party in this tournament as Durantes gets the first bucket of the game for Puerto Rico.
And Puerto Rico goes zone here, Craig. You see right there, 2-3 zone. They're able to get the turnover, but I like the switch. You know, they were struggling on the man-to-man. Therefore, switch it up a little bit. Crowd your home base. You know, get yourself more players in the zone area, and then see if you can protect the rim.
We saw Colombia have a little bit of success in that man-to-man against Canada, but that was just not sustainable. Canada's just too deep, too athletic, and they eventually wore Colombia down. India Pagan into the game now for Puerto Rico along with Alana Smith.
And
that three is up and good. Durantes now, yeah.
Man, she's a professional scorer. You know, she can put the ball in the bucket, and she saw right there, going to her right, step to her side. Player in the face, didn't matter, knocked it down.
And she's such a great size, too. 5'11". Sammy Hill launches the three, where she's small enough that she can handle the ball very quickly and effectively, but she's big enough that she can get to the rack against bigger players and still score.
No, she's one of the best players, really, not only in Puerto Rico, but in the continent, in the world. WNBA product. I mean, you just see she can score in bunches. Not only you're going to see here tonight, but you're going to see consistent. Like you said, throughout the tournament, she's already put up big numbers. She's got a lot of tools in her bag.
Steal by Cassandra Prosper. She drives the lane, then kicks it out. Canada moving it around. Kia Nurse back up top to Bridget Carlton. Now Sammy Hill. Tried to get it inside to Kayla Alexander. What's the call? They're going to say it went off of Alexander's right hand.
I thought so too. They tried a lob pass. Good job by Puerto Rico in fronting the post 3/4. You know, try to force the lob, and then on the lob a miscatch. So good assignment. Puerto Rico starting to get some energy defensively. As you can see, it is going to help them on the other end.
That three just short for Durantes, and Sammy Hill's pass gets intercepted, and that leads to the easy fast break layup for Alana Smith.
Read that. She read that all the way, Craig. You know, kind of like a cornerback in football, just kick sick.
I was thinking the same thing.
Go all the way. I mean, it is Sunday. Why not?
Yep. Prosper puts the brakes on but misses. And the rebound to Durantes. 2:20 to play in this first quarter. Durantes pulls up for three, short. And again, Victor, we mentioned it on Friday, but we're seeing some shots come up short here. Third game in 4 days for these teams. Legs might be getting a little heavy. Durantes has her shot tipped, but a foul called, and that's the first foul of the game, so Durantes will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, lead referee in the baseline on her turnaround jumper right here. You see right there, perhaps. Yep, got hit on the her left arm. Good call. She's going to go to the line for the first time. And you see her pick it up, Craig. She's already put up 8 shots. So you see her, her volume is so high that eventually things are going to start to drop. And if you're Puerto Rico, you see right there, that's a good sign.
Girantes came into this one 15 of 17 from the free throw line. And she hits them both here. So Aurea Girantes has her first rest of this game. The tournament's leading scorer with 1:54 to play in this first quarter. And she gets Puerto Rico back to within 5 after Canada jumped out to a 12-0 run. So a 9-2 run now for Puerto Rico over the past 3 minutes. Into the corner, 3 on the way. Out of bounds, and it'll stay with Canada.
And it's contagious, right, Craig? When you start playing defense better, now all of a sudden you're running in transition, you're scoring, and that translates to more energy defensively. So you see Canada kind of bring themselves back into this game, even though it is a 7-point game, but much better than what it was on a 10-0 start.
Kayla Alexander from 10 feet. Now the lob inside, kick back out, 3 on the way. That's good. Brianna Jones hits for Puerto Rico.
Yeah, great job. Inside out play, hit the player on the post. She swung the ball out to the other 45 and able to knock it down.
Ashlyn Koenig's three-pointer comes up short. Koenig now 0 for 4 from beyond the arc in this tournament. Pass intercepted by Sammy Hill. Up ahead to Prosper. Prosper a euro into the lane, floats it up and in.
Beautiful bucket, Craig. 1-2 step, like you said, Euro step away from the defender to open up daylight, and just a nice touch on that floater. Yeah, good job here by, sorry, Craig. Puerto Rico got themselves into the lane, were able to find the pass. That was Gibson. She was going to find the pass on the dunker, and the Canadians kicked the ball, so it's going to be a fresh 14.
It's funny, Victor, you look at some of the stats on this. Puerto Rico has committed no fouls, and they're winning the turnover battle by a count of 6-2, and yet they find themselves down 6 points. Usually when you don't foul and you don't turn it over, you're the team that's on top.
Yep. And those are the adjustments that you start to make, right? I mean, after a slow start for them, being able to down here by 6, if they can get a stop, the good recovery that they needed.
Three-point attempt with the shot clock winding down for Ashlyn Koenig. Misses, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Canada on top, 18-12. They're at the 2023 FIBA Olympic pre-qualifying tournament, live from Coliseo Iván de Bedú in Medellin, Colombia, as we look at the shooting numbers on this one. Canada 6 of 11 from 2-point range, 2 of 9 from 3. And let's check out some individual numbers as we look at the highlights. Natalie Achunwa, 4 points, 2 rebounds. Cassandra Prosper, 4 points, 2 boards. Kayla Alexander, 2 points, 3 rebounds. Letitia Emaher, 2 points, 5 rebounds already. She's also got 2 assists. Shea Colley, 6 points for Canada to lead Victor LaPeña's squad. For Puerto Rico, Brianna Jones, 3 points. Alana Smith with 2. Aurea Girantes has 7, along with 3 rebounds. And that rounds out the scoring for Puerto Rico. (18-12) Canada. We are back in just a moment with second quarter action live from Colombia. Back to the action at the 2023 FIBA Olympic pre-qualifying tournament alongside Victor Mansouri. My name is Craig Feda. So glad you can be with us. A big hello to everybody watching on our YouTube live stream on FIBA the Basketball channel on YouTube. Like and subscribe if you would. Get all kinds of great content all year long on FIBA the Basketball channel on YouTube.
And I tell you what, Craig, what I have liked, and I'm going to hit subscribe, is, pass the ball to the post and then the opponent player be ready. So Canada has done it. Puerto Rico has done it. They get the ball inside. They swing it completely into the opposite side. This time it was a turnover, stepping on the line. But if you keep on playing this way, inside out with ball swings, usually very good things will happen.
Quinn Dornstadter hits from 15 feet. Her first field goal of the tournament. She had 1 point against Venezuela. That goes off the foot of Cassandra Prosper. It'll stay with Puerto Rico with a fresh 14. Rosado giving it up to Jones. Jones to Melendez. She drives baseline on Dornstadter, tries to go reverse, hits the rim on her way up. And a great job by Shea Colley going down to the floor to get that one. Beg your pardon, that was Silas Swords. Dornstadter, bounce pass inside to Chunwa. 3 on the way for Swords, and that is good.
Right there, Craig. Textbook play, man. Wait for the double team to come and then find the player on the reverse, that reverse diagonal pass for a wide open jumper. What about
Step
this
back
one?
19-footer. Wow, yeah. Aurea Garantes shooting it up over 6'4" Quinn Dornstadter and finding nothing but the bottom of the net.
I'll tell you what, man, I'm walking down the park and we're going to play a pickup game. I'm picking Garantes first pick anytime during the week. I mean, this lady can score, and she can score in bunches. Well, that's a travel.
That's going to be a travel, yeah.
Can't do that in basketball, You see right there, just she thought about the shot. Natalie contested well. Sometimes players do a good job of keeping at least one of their heels on the ground, but not the case that time, Craig.
Well, Michael Jordan was the king of that. He would pretend to jump. He would even palm the ball in one hand like he was shooting it, get a defender in the air. I remember he did that to Cliff Livingston once, and he made Livingston touch earth.
Yeah, I mean, if you do a good job with the pump fake, especially using your upper body and your lower body, the defender is really going to have to try to contest, and then you have the advantage in making the move.
Oh, they left Dornstadter all alone. And that's an easy bucket for her. She'll never find an easier one than that.
No, talk about making a move. What about running a play, baseline play, all kinds of screens, and this is the one that we talk about, Craig, a lot. Always you have to protect the paint. You have to protect the inside pass. That time, miscommunication by Puerto Rico.
Garantes already with 9 points. Tournament's leading scorer. She had 39 in the opener against Colombia. 3 on the way from Quinones. And the rebound to Chunwa. Koenig for 3. Nope. Swords the putback, and she's going to go to the line.
And this is something that we have seen the Canadian team do throughout the games, which is crash the boards, Craig. They always have about 2 or 3 players, really putting pressure on the offensive rebound. They did that time again, the transition 3. But, if you got players on the offensive rebound in good position, if you miss, hey, I'll get that, and we're going to go up again, and they earned themselves 2 free throws. So you always want to have 2 players go back or, be the defensive balance, and then 3 players crashing the boards.
Canada leading the rebounding battle already 24-9. Canada 6 offensive rebounds, Puerto Rico just 1. First free throw for Sila Swords, up and good. Sila had 5 points versus Venezuela. A couple of field goals and a free throw as she hits both free throws here. And Canada up 13. It's their biggest lead of the game since they led 12-0. Maya Hollingshead into the game now for Puerto Rico. She had started the first 2 games of this tournament, now coming off the bench in this one. 23 total points, 19 total rebounds. That's good for 3rd in this tournament.
Yeah, and Rosado right here, veteran player. She just knows that Natalie might have been a step too late stepping into that ball screen. She attacked her hip and a beautiful behind the back pass here. But, you know, she just knows a lot of court awareness, Craig, as we have seen Pamela Rosado in plenty of international tournaments.
Oh, yeah. Pamela Rosado, Allie Gibson, some veterans on this Puerto Rico team that we've seen before. Timeout on the floor, 6:15 to play in Medellin here at Coliseo Iván de Bedú. And I can tell you, Victor, this one's going to be rocking in a little while with the rivalry game between Colombia and Venezuela. It's almost like for you and your Brazilian compadres when you play Argentina.
That's right, Craig. You know, you love these rivalries in those countries that, especially the ones that have proximity, right? Like we're talking about Canada, USA, or USA, Mexico, Brazil, Argentina, Uruguay, Colombia, Venezuela. I mean, these guys, you know, because they're side countries, you know, they're born, you know, they depend on a lot of each other, but mostly that once this ball goes up, man, they want to defeat each other, but it's a goodwill. That's why sports is such a great platform. You have the opportunity to showcase your country, as we see right there, the Puerto Rican flag, and at the same time, it's just for all good, man. And it stays every day on the court.
We get a look at the pretty shot by Quinn Dornstadter. And then Quinn with the block. Sila Swords splashing that one. Coming up on 6 minutes to play in the second quarter. Kia Nurse back into the game. She drops it back for a Chungwa, now outside. Back to Dornstadter, now a 3 on the way. That's good! From the corner, Sila Swords. She's got 8 now.
Yeah, great ball movement. Once the ball went inside, you know, Quinn, she made the assist right away to Swords, never touched, never let the ball go down, and the defender just didn't have enough time to react to the corner shot.
Pull-up fadeaway short by Alana Smith, and here comes Canada looking to extend this 16-point lead. Kali misses the 3-pointer, and now Puerto Rico back the other way. Rosado for 3. Up over the back of the glass and out of bounds. It'll be Canada ball, 5:11 to play second quarter.
Yeah, and Puerto Rico, besides that stretch, Craig, where, you know, they went on a 9-2 run, you see them struggle a little bit here. Just 14 points in nearly 15 minutes in the first half. So you try to establish anything that you can get, you know, from other players as well. Just really either going towards the basket or the open threes, because you're relying heavily on Arela Girantes, and you just got to have more weapons against this Canadian team.
Swords giving it up right side to Kali around the screen by Dornstadter. Now Quinn has it. She drives baseline but is cut off by Pagan. 3 on the shot clock for Colley. Launches the prayer, missed everything. My Hollingshead pulls it out of there. And now a turnover. Little careless ball handling there in the backcourt leads to an easy bucket for Shea Colley, and she's got 8.
Yeah, it seems like, I believe that was Mia. She was looking to give the ball to Pamela and just missed communication, just a free giveaway turnover that led to the open deuce.
18-point lead for Canada. Again, their biggest lead of the game. 4:15 to play. Second quarter. Colley. It's down to Emma here. She works her way in. Oh, strong move by Letitia Emmayer.
Yes, she worked her way in indeed, Craig. She went 2 dribbles to her left, drop step on the first pump fake, not there. Strong shoulder bump, established her leg position again, pivot foot to have the angle to finish. So she worked hard for those 2 points.
Canada with a 14-2 run over the first 5 minutes and 58 seconds of this second quarter. And Gerardo Batista wants timeout with his team trailing now by 20. Canada in this quarter outscoring Puerto Rico 16-2 so far. Shea Colley and Silas Swords leading Canada with 8 points apiece. Bridget Carlton 4 rebounds, Natalia Chunwa 4 rebounds, Letitia Emmaher with 5 boards. Emmaher also with 2 assists, Chunwa with 2 assists. For Puerto Rico, Maria Girantes has 9 points and 5 rebounds to lead her team in both categories. Again, Canada leading the rebounding battle 28-11 with a 6-1 edge on the offensive glass. Poked out of bounds by Silas Swords, and it'll stay with Puerto Rico. 15 on the shot clock with Pagan to inbound. Quinones working on Emmaher. Picked up by Dornstadter on the switch, puts it up. Emmaher now pulls in rebound number 6.
And the Canadians just so versatile, Craig. They're able to switch on multiple ball screens. You know, Puerto Rico not finding any answers. I mean, trying to create advantages offensively.
Kia Nurse gets her first 2 points of the game, and how easy did she make that look?
Yeah, and that's her trademark move, right? Going to her right, extremely explosive, able to strong, take the hits. That time there's just a big avenue there on the Puerto Rican defense. She had no challenges finishing at the rim.
Free throw missed. And it's 36-14. That's going to be Bridget Carlton on the foul, or did they get Emmaher?
And Rosado making the sign there for what we call a zipper cut. You see right there, she's going to come through. Yep. Before the shot was up, I was going to explain the zipper cut. Maybe perhaps we'll have a chance afterwards. But the zipper cut usually, Craig, is when the shooter is underneath the basket and kind of like a zipper movement is going to receive a screen from around the free throw area and try to create an advantage for the shot. Nice split.
Three-pointer on the way. Splash that one. Tyra Melendez.
Yeah, Rosado just smooth split on that pick and roll and then finding the corner 3. So great job by the Puerto Rican veteran point guard.
That's my partner. That's why he's the best in the business. Had that call from the very beginning. 36-17 as we're inside 3 minutes to play in this second quarter. Rosado. And it goes off the foot of Emaher, and it'll stay with Puerto Rico, 14 to shoot.
Yeah, Rosado right here. You see, as she saw the big come through, she's going to bounce past that in. Usually that's a pass that, you know, the young ones out there really have to develop, is the overhead bounce pass, you know, because you're protecting the ball, you have an angle, and it's going to hit the leg of the defender, if anything, if you try to thread the needle. So the over-the-head bounce pass is a good one to have.
Colley to Carlton, back over to Swords for another three-pointer. My goodness.
Yeah, and a good one to have is this three-point shooting by the Canadians, man. They're making the Puerto Ricans really feel it. They're 5 of 15 right now, Craig, but uncontested three, you know, because of the ball movement, as we're going to get a replay here first on what was, a head-to-head a little bit there. Hopefully nothing happened in the pool. And the pool into her head hit the knee afterwards, actually. So if the referees go look at this one in the monitor, I don't think they will, but had they looked at the monitor, I would understand why.
Silas Swords now 11 points for Canada, 3 of 4 from beyond the arc. Sila again short that time. Rosado into the front court, getting it up to Hilare. Beg your pardon, that was Alana Smith. Into Quinones, just outside the right elbow. Now working on Carlton after getting it back. Turns and puts up the high arcing shot. Wow. That was a rainmaker for Isalis Quinones. Emaher draws the foul on India Pagan.
Yeah, you see power layup, and when we call it a power layup, Greg, is when you go up with 2 feet. So rather than going for a regular layup that you're stepping 1-2 into it, a power layup is the one that you go up with both feet and you protect the ball with your shoulder. That's what she did. She protected the ball with her right shoulder, and the defender had nothing to do but either try to stop her vertically, meet her vertically, but that time just enough body contact and brought her arms down. Referee saw it for the foul. So the young ones out there, you know, develop your repertoire of regular layup, reverse layup, power layups, because you're going to need it on the crowd.
Emaher hits both free throws. She is now 7 of 7 on the tournament from the stripe. Canada leads 41-19, 1:05 to play in this second quarter. Pagan from 18, no good. Another rebound for Emaher. That's number 7. She brings it up all the way herself, gives it up to Carlton. Left side to Colley. Now the pass inside for Carlton, a little bit too far. Rosado for 3. That's good.
Yeah. In the rhythm 3, the ball was moved from the right side to the left. You catch your shooter right on the money, curling into that shot. So practice shot there for Rosado.
Shot from the left elbow is up and good.
Practice shot here for Carlton, my friend. Walk into the elbow jumper. She's going to knock 9 out of 10.
Sidestep three-pointer, Tyra Melendez, as the second quarter comes to a close. Melendez, the pretty sidestep three-pointer, drains it, nothing but the bottom of the net. And we head into the locker room at halftime with Canada on top by the score of 43-25. Canada shooting 46% from the floor overall, 5 of 16 for 31% from three-point range, 4 of 5 from the free throw line. Puerto Rico, meanwhile, 9 of 37 overall from the floor for 24%. 5 of 20 from three-point range for 25%. Just 2 free throws in this game. They've hit both of them. Canada leading the rebounding battle 32-16, including a 7-3 advantage on the offensive glass. As we look at the individual numbers, Letitia Emaher, 6 points, 7 rebounds. Bridget Carlton, 2 points, 4 boards. Shea Colley, 8 points. Kia Nurse, 2 points. Sila Swords, 11 points on 3 of 4 shooting from beyond the arc. She also has 4 rebounds. Natalie Achunwa, 4 points, 4 boards. Kayla Alexander, 2 points, 3 rebounds. Quinn Dornstouter has 4. Dornstouter also with 3 rebounds. And Cassandra Prosper, as we roll the first half highlights, Prosper has 4 points, 2 rebounds. For Puerto Rico, Tyra Melendez, 6 points, including that lovely 3-pointer at the halftime buzzer. Rosales Quinones, 2 points, 3 rebounds. Pamela Rosado, 3 points, 2 boards. Alana Smith, 2 points. Aurea Girantes, 9 points on 3 of 11 shooting. She's 1 of 6 from three-point range. She does have 5 rebounds. Brianna Jones rounds out the scoring for Puerto Rico with 3 points. And Victor Mansoure, Canada's making it look easy here in this first half. What are they doing so effectively to have this 18-point lead after 2 quarters?
Yeah, Craig, you mentioned there the outstanding stats by the Canadian team, and it really starts first with the Canada defense. They've created all kinds of challenges to Puerto Rico because they've been able to switch on defense, switch the pick and roll, contest the outside shots, really try to make everything hard for this Puerto Rican team in the first half, obviously knowing that you really have to focus your energy in Arela Guillantes. And, the Canadians, they have done that. They've dominated defensively. They've dominated the glass. And that has led them to, play in transition, be the ones that are able to have the control, have the tempo in the first half. And obviously, offensively, the Canadians moving the ball well, finding open shots, really either getting themselves to the bucket with open lanes, give and goes, cutters, or the ball going inside out, swinging it to the outside shooting. So a lot to handle. 43 points, an 18-point lead. And if it wasn't for the last second 3 by Puerto Rico, it would have been an even bigger lead. So if you're the Canadians, you're happy with what you see. If you're Coach Vic La Pena, you're happy on what you delivered here in the first 20 minutes. If you're Puerto Rico, you got a couple of adjustments to make to really push here in the second half.
43-25 at halftime. Canada leads Puerto Rico. This is the 2023 FIBA Olympic pre-qualifying tournament live from Coliseo Iván de Beirut in Medellin, Colombia. We are back with second half action in just a few moments. Welcome back to Coliseo Ivan de Bedu in Medellin, Colombia for the 2023 FIBA Olympic pre-qualifying tournament. Final day of this event. Both of these teams, Canada and Puerto Rico, have qualified for the Olympic qualifying tournament in February based on both of these teams defeating Venezuela and Colombia. So regardless of the outcome of this game, both of these teams will advance for a chance to play in Paris next summer. Canada leads 43-25 as the players are coming onto the court to start the third quarter. Alongside my partner, Victor Mansoure, I'm Craig Feda. And Victor, we talked about as we closed out the first half, what a great, efficient, almost effortless job Canada did in the first half to build up this giant lead. What does Puerto Rico have to do to get back into this?
Well, Craig, it starts with them here on the defensive end. They have to, the Canadians had too much of their own will, like you said, sometimes even effortless. The ball was moving. Puerto Rico was late to the rotation. So they have to stop the ball. They have to give more ball pressure. They have to be able to switch on the dime and not allow the Canadians just to get all kinds of offense that they want. You see right there as they start exactly on what we were said. But I'll tell you what, you take the back door, okay? Because if you're putting more ball pressure on the wings, it means that you might give up a few back doors. So you take the back doors more than the open threes because you're showing more effort to put pressure on the perimeter.
Lead back to 20. Canada led by as many as 22 in the first half. Kia Nurse now with 4 points. On the floor for Canada, Sammy Hill, Kia Nurse, Cassandra Prosper starting the second half. Natalie Achunwa and Kayla Alexander. So Victor LaPena switching things up a little bit, and Achunwa draws the foul.
Yeah, Natalie looked like she knee to knee there. She's in transition, got the ball for the finish. She does that so well. She knows the right timing to cut towards the basket. Beautiful feed by Kia Nurse. So what we spoke about, what does Puerto Rico need to do? So now second possession, the Canadians ended up taking the shot inside the key. So if you're Puerto Rico, you have to start getting multiple stops and lock them down in order to decrease this lead.
Both free throws good for Achunwa. It's back to a 22-point lead, matching the biggest of the game for Team Canada. Durantes fouled on that shot. And by the way, Victor, national anthems before this game, and you and I have done a lot of these tournaments. We've been in lots of arenas, heard lots of national anthems, and so many of them, especially the South American ones, are so fantastic. But there is nothing on par with the Canadian national anthem in my book.
Oh, I'm glad you like it, my friend. And, you know, once we have dinner at my parents' house over in Montreal, you're more than invited to come over, you know, and we can, you know, talk about the Canadian culture and also the Puerto Rican culture too, man. I mean, talk about two countries that love basketball, Craig, two countries that breathe basketball, you know, as a main sport. And more and more, right, you see here the women's calendar so well designed now. So both of these players, all of these players, are able to showcase their countries throughout their anthems and throughout their flags. So it's just really neat to see where FIBA basketball is at.
Kia Nurse turns it over. That leads to the open three by Pamela Rosado. Just like that, the lead's down to 16. And another Canadian turnover. 3-on-2 for Puerto Rico. Little hesitation move. Shot blocked. I think that was Alexander that got that one, and now Canada running back the other way. Pass intercepted and tipped out of there by Isales Quinones. And now Puerto Rico. Rosado right side. Back up top to Garantes. Quinones. Shot clock at 5. Long three-pointer on the way from Rosado, and that is good. And Victor LaPena wants to talk things over.
Yeah, and a good timeout by Canada, Craig, because, you know, we were on the money here when you asked what does Puerto Rico need to do, and they needed to be more active. They needed to really make things hard for the Canadian team, and this is what they've done here in the last few possessions. They've gotten multiple steals. They've been active. They've been able to deflect the ball, really touching the ball, and it has led to open layups, open threes. So there's no secret, man. Your best offense is your defense, and the Canadians, even though they've given up that back door, like we said, you like the change of attitude. They've also gone a little bit more of a zone, try to pack in the key, not allow the Canadians open look down low. So 13-point game, plenty of time here for this game. You see right there, now they're playing in transition. They've got energy going. The momentum is swinging their A, so plenty of time for the Puerto Ricans to try to do some damage.
Puerto Rico with a 9-4 burst to open this third quarter. Lead is down to 13. There you get a look at Rea Garantes, tournament's leading scorer. Some pressure by Puerto Rico, broken easily by Canada. Sammy Hill to Natalie Achunwa, now back up top, 3 on the way, short. Offensive rebound, Prosper, left hand up off the square and in. Nice follow.
And that's it. Yeah, Craig, because you see like Proper, she used that zero step, right? That first one that FIBA has introduced just a couple of years ago, and then they had the 1-2 step to go over the defender, finish with a wide open layup on the left.
Now Melendez strikes from 3-point range. She's got 9. And the lead's down to 12. Sammy Hill answers at the other end. Sammy Hill, her first 3 points of the game.
Yeah, you got to pay attention to the corner 3, Craig. It is the highest points per possession in the game. If you shoot the corner 3s, you see right there, because usually, Craig, the helps and the contests are up in the perimeter at the 45 and top of the key, and it opens up a little bit of room for the shooters on the corner.
Rosado now with 12. She's 3 of 6 from beyond the arc.
You see right there, Natalie trying to hype up her team as the Puerto Ricans have come out on fire on the second half. And like we said, the transition play, but especially the corner shots are the one that you have got to explore.
Sammy Hill getting a rest. Carlton on. Dantes draws the foul. Quinones to inbound, gets it to Rosado. Quick move. 3 on the way from Quinones. That misses. Puerto Rico finally misses an outside shot. Canada's lead is 14 at 54-40. Nearly another turnover. Carlton into the lane. Her hook pass gets intercepted by India Pagan. 3-on-2 for Puerto Rico. Oh, and a beautiful job by Natalie Achunwa getting outside and getting in that passing lane as the trailing defender. As you said earlier, Victor, that's what you want to do on the break. stop the ball and then scramble to the wings to the shooters, and that's exactly what Achunwa did. Inside 5 minutes to play, third quarter. Canada on top by 14. Rosado, right side to Quinones, into the paint. Left hand won't go, but she draws the foul. That's going to be on Kayla Alexander.
Yeah, she was decisive. As soon as she caught it, she knew she was gonna go towards the rim. This is what she did, and yep, no doubt about that call. Alexander just extended, hit her on the arm. But good decisive play by Quinones. Once again, just knowing that she was gonna attack the opposing foot of the defender the moment she caught the ball.
Quinones hits both free throws. She's 5 of 5 now for the tournament, and the lead is 12, 54-42. Kali directing traffic. There's that horns look again.
Because they put two, like you said, Craig, the horns look, they put two bigs on the elbows, and that really opens up passing options, and they play through that.
Three-pointer missed everything. Kali catches the easy rebound. Now she lobs it inside to Emma Hare, off the glass and in.
Yeah, that's just tough play. Just beating your player down the court, you know, sealing, finding a position for that little lob pass, and then all you got to do is catch it, turn around, and hit it off the glass.
And now Gerardo Batista wants timeout. Victor LaPena took a good timeout earlier, and now Gerardo Batista, as Canada starts to pull away once again, has taken timeout. Letitia Amaher now with 10 points, 7 rebounds. Silas Swords leading Canada with 11 points. Pamela Rosado and Aurea Garantes each have 12 for Puerto Rico. Garantes doing it though on volume shooting, 4 of 13, 1 of 6 from three-point range. Canada's done a nice job keeping her bottled up, and she's got 12 points, but you say she's getting bottled up, but you're holding her to a low shooting percentage.
Yeah.
When you look at what she's done in this tournament, 53 total points in 2 games, 39 of them against Colombia.
Yeah. And she can get going, Craig. You know, even though she's only got 2 so far, you got to keep an eye on her. You got to keep multiple bodies. Not allow her to get going, because she's 4 for 13, but she can hit 4 or 5 in a row.
Puerto Rico back on offense. Shot blocked. That was Amaher on the block. She has it now at the right elbow. Tried to get it inside and finally tipped around to Kayla Alexander. She gets it back out. Amaher on the attack. She draws the foul as the shot clock was winding down.
I'll tell you what, Craig, you know, the inside play of Canada, not only the inside, but the wing play and the guard play, but, you know, this dynamic duel of Kayla Alexander and also Amaher, they are so good playing off each other, Craig. They're dominant defensively, they're dominant offensively, and they're just a very tough matchup for anybody they face.
Free throw good for Amaher. 59-42 now. Inside 3.5 minutes to play, third quarter. Alana Smith from 15. Pretty stroke, and she knocks it down. Cully tries the bounce pass between a pair of defenders. It goes off of a Puerto Rican foot, and it'll be Canada ball with 15 to shoot. Rosado sits down. Ashley Torres comes on. Ashley's another one of those players we've seen a lot of over the years.
Yeah, Puerto Rico and the Basketball Federation there, they do such a great job, you know, with the permanent programs, having the coaching staff be able to identify and map out multiple players that can contribute on international players. We see another corner three by the Canadians, but just shout out to the Federation of Puerto Rico and Canada Basketball, you know, being able to identify who are the top ballers around the world that can keep, you know, with the program at the high level.
Leads back to 18 after the three-pointer by Colley. They were trying to find Koenig in the corner for another look, but pass gets tipped out of bounds by Koenig, and it's going to be Puerto Rico ball.
Yeah,
you don't want to out the bucket.
You don't want to do this right here, Craig. You know, Torres, she got the bucket, but you know, just a misassignment by the Canadians. It was an out-of-bounds play that they ran a one-pass fast break. Carlton ended up committing the foul, but if you're the Canadians, that cannot happen. You have got to match up, especially because the game was stopped on the out-of-bounds, and you cannot allow just a one-pass layup without any kind of contest.
Torres completes the three-point play, her first 3 points of the game. Emma to Colley. Now back to Colley in the corner. Lets the defender fly by, misses from 17. The offensive rebound by Koenig, and Canada resets. Koenig now for three. Splash that one. Melendez, back to Torres, Melendez. Now Smith for three. That is good, my goodness.
Yes, they have come out the second half on fire, both of these squads. The rim looking really big right now, you know, full of confidence for all these shooters.
Emma Hare has her shot blocked, gets it back. Puts it into the corner, three on the way, short. Rebound Torres. Nifty behind the back dribble, and then she tries to find India Pagan. Pass a little bit too far.
Yeah, she had the right idea. Just the execution with the pass went just a bit too high. You see right there, unable to catch it with the one hand, but right idea, just bad execution.
Bridget Carlton has a seat. She's had an outstanding tournament, as has Kayla Alexander. With Dornstadter on now, along with Silas Swords. It's just astounding how deep Canada is.
Yeah, Craig, they have a lot of options, man, on the guard play, on the wing, inside, the post play. They just, you know, they can bring in players from the bench and keep the same level or even up their level at times. So this is a national team that's no doubt has been one of the toughest teams to play against in the continent and in the world in the last couple of years, and we're seeing here why.
I mean, obviously you've got the elite of the elite in Kia Nurse. I think you can put Bridget Carlton in that conversation. Maybe Sammy Hill as well. But when you get into the bench, there's almost no drop off.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want to have as a coach, right? Hey, I got 12 players that can come in and contribute right away, especially, with these tournaments that, so many games in not many days. What happens with the bumps and bruises, right? You got to rely on multiple players as the competition goes along.
Shot blocked as the third quarter comes to an end with Canada on top by the score of 65-52. Canada shooting 48% from the floor now, 25 of 52, 8 of 23 from three-point range, 7 of 9 from the free throw line. Puerto Rico, meanwhile, 18 of 51 for 35%, 10 of 27 from beyond the arc, 37%, 6 of 7 from the free throw line. Canada with a big edge on the glass, 41-19, including an 11-3 advantage on the offensive glass. Individually, as we roll the highlights, Letitia Amaher, 11 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. Shea Colley, 11 points, 2 boards, 3 assists. Quinn Dornstadter, 4 points, 3 rebounds. Ashlyn Koenig has 3. Silas Swords has 11 on 3 of 4 shooting from three-point range. She's also got 4 rebounds. Should mention that Shea Colley, 3 of 3 from three-point range. Natalie Achunwa, 8 points, 5 boards, 4 assists. Kayla Alexander, 2 points, 6 rebounds. Bridget Carlton, 2 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Sammy Hill, 3 points. Kia Nurse has 4. Cassandra Prosper has 6 points and 4 rebounds. Everybody that's played for Canada has scored. The only player that has not been on the floor, the veteran Naira Fields. And with a spot secured in February, we may not see the veteran Naira Fields in this game. For Puerto Rico, Rhea Garantes, 12 points, 5 rebounds, 4 steals. Tyra Melendez, 9 points, 3 assists. Sales Quinones, 4. Pamela Rosado, 12. Ashley Torres, 3. Brianna Jones, 3. And Alana Smith has 9. Alongside Victor Mansoure, my name's Craig Feda. So glad you can be with us wherever you're tuned in from, around the Americas or around the world, for this 2023 FIBA Olympic pre-qualifying tournament live from Medellin, Colombia. The wonderful Coliseo Ivan de Bedou.
And Mr.
First
Craig
game
Feda.
of the day. The second one is going to be getting this arena rocking in a little while, Victor. Colombia and Venezuela.
And talking about a little loud, my friend, is Craig Feda on the mic. Have done plenty of FIBA tournaments throughout the year, and they're always so many. You should see what people say, when Craig is on the mic at the U19s and for the men's and the women's. People love this guy, and we're hearing here why tonight, my friend. So great to be back with you. So great to hear you back. And they're going to be loud in the next game, but I want to make it loud to everyone right now that I'm just happy that you're here with me tonight.
Well, I certainly couldn't be more pleased working with my man. And it's fun doing those, the U19, U17, U16 tournaments, because it's a little bit different of a format on the broadcast. I interact on the YouTube live stream and answer questions and address comments that are going on in the live chat. I've been peeking in on the live chat on the YouTube stream. But yeah, during the youth tournaments, the non-senior level, we do a little bit different of a format where we interact with the folks on social media, and that is absolutely a blast.
And Craig, talk about interaction. Why don't you tell the fans out there how it was to interact on the U19 World Championship on the women's side, where we had for the first time ever LED courts for the players, just a different dynamics. I mean, for the fans and everybody to engage the game. Why don't you tell us how that was, my friend?
That was absolutely crazy, and it was such an honor to be a part of that tournament. that tournament where it was the debut of the LED glass court. I think ASB is the company that manufactures that, and you couldn't tell a difference during gameplay. Players weren't slipping. There was no difference in the play on the floor. Had a chance to interact through LinkedIn with a couple of folks from ASB, and they tested that surface extensively. And the feedback that they've gotten from players is that it plays just like wood.
Amazing.
And you see the floors that they're using for the NBA's in-season tournament, and they've got all these custom floors. Well, they have to, rebuild, repaint all those floors. Well, if you have the LED court, you just it's a few clicks of a mouse and you've got that thing repainted. And it was just amazing to see during the the award ceremonies, even during timeouts, during the anthems. You had the country's logos on the floor, and it was it really added a dimension. And the possibilities are endless with that, because you can throw up stats on the floor during timeouts. When you have your interactive portion with fans, when you bring them down onto the court to do a half-court contest or something, you can light stuff up in different areas on the floor. It's just
you can even eventually have their own comments into the court.
Have. I said that would be interesting, seeing YouTube or X comments in a little window on the court. See those scrolling as the game's going on. I don't know if we'll see that, but definitely intriguing as to what we can do with that.
I love it, man. I love to hear it. And, what we have seen, talk about scenes, we've seen the Canadians dominate here, Craig, the high-low play. I mean, these forwards, they're able to catch the ball and just look over their shoulders. This time they saw Natalie cutting towards the basket. Amazing to see where basketball is, not only on the structure of it, the commercial side, but also on the technical and physical aspects.
69-54 now. The lead is 15. Canada led by as many as 22 in the first half, and then early again in the third quarter. Puerto Rico got it down to 12 midway through the third. See the strong move by Ashley Torres to draw the foul. Oh, the pass from Shea Colley just a little bit too far for Letitia Amaher. Goes out of bounds, and it'll be Puerto Rico ball with just inside 7.5 minutes to play in this game. Again, both teams have already qualified for the Olympic qualifying tournament in February, by virtue of both of them coming into this game 2-0. So one of these teams will be 3-0, the other one will be 2-1. Colombia and Venezuela both 0-2. They play after this game. The winner of that game will be 1-2. So again, regardless of the outcome of today's games, it was going to be Canada and Puerto Rico advancing. As we see Andres Bartel and Alan Dos Santos going to the video review.
We're going to take a look right here.
Yeah.
And did she touch it? Yes, she did. She touched that ball.
Yep.
And then
did
Pamela retouch it? Yes, before she went out. We're going to get a better angle here.
We'll see it at this angle here. Definitely a touch there, because you see the rotation of the ball change. Oh, yeah.
And I think it went off the leg of Alexander in the end, but was Pamela out before? Pamela could be out right there, and then it touched the leg after a tough call, my friend. after review, it's going to remain, so it's going to stay Puerto
Yeah.
Rico ball.
I think we could watch that replay 100 times and still not be certain who it went off of and when. We need one of those National Football League setups where you have like 37 cameras and
and AIs and different referees. And are you kidding me, man? This is great. This is great play right here. You see her. She just has such an ability to find something out of nothing. That time just saw the gap, left-handed dribble, strong take, and earning 2 free throws.
First one up and good. Girantes 4 of 5 from the free throw line now in this game. 19 of 22 overall. Make it 20 of 23 in this tournament. So the lead down to 11. Puerto Rico trying to make it interesting here in this fourth quarter. 15-foot jumper. Karam's off left side, no good. Kali the rebound. Chunwa gets it back outside, 3 short. Sammy Hill pulls down the offensive board. Here's Amahir working her way in, and she travels.
Yeah, good call by the referee. Just a bit too much on that footwork. Even though she was patient, try to find angles. See right there, as she picked it up, pivot foot, step through. Maybe just too much there, and the referee saw it.
Looked like some dancing you might see my Brazilian friend at Carnival.
That's right, my friend. And Carnival is going to be close to the pre-Olympic qualifiers, Craig, in February. I mean, the tournament finishing on the 11th, Carnival right after on the 12th. So Brazil being the host in one of those groups. It's going to be played in Belém from the 5th to the 11th. So the group that Brazil was in, Brazil, Australia, Serbia, and Germany coming to Brazil for the pre-Olympic tournament just a day before Carnival.
Wow. I think we ought to lobby FIBA for us to be in person for that tournament there, and then let's stick around for Carnival. You can show me around a little bit.
Yep, I think we got to definitely put on an email on that, set up a meeting, please.
They might never see us again.
And talk about never seen again is the Canadians, Craig. After the Canadians have a lot of turnovers here today. They've been the aggressors with the pass. Puerto Rico calling the timeout, but Canada, they have 18 turnovers, so uncharacteristic for them to not see that and try to lower that down. It's just way too much for the Canadians, but that time there, just a good lob pass that led into the layup where we're having Puerto Rico cutting it close. 6 minutes to go here, 11-point game. It's still wide open for both sides.
Oh, for sure. Canada, as you said, 18 turnovers, just 10 for Puerto Rico. Canada, though, with a massive edge in the rebounding battle, 47-21, including 13-3 on the offensive end. As you said, Puerto Rico still within the realm of possibility with 5 minutes, 55 seconds to play. They have a chance to cut it to single digits on this possession. And when you trail by 22 points, you look for landmarks, right? You look for, okay, let's get it to 15 points. Let's get it to 12 points. Let's get it to 10 points. And each time you reach one of those, it's like you're climbing a mountain, and you're like, okay, I'm at this next level here. I'm gonna.
Correct.
Yep. Puerto Rico turns it over, nearly stolen away by Emma here, but she dribbles it out of bounds, and it's going to be Puerto Rico ball with 14 seconds left as we look at Aline Garcia, fine official from Uruguay. Durantes for three, and that is good.
I'll tell you what, Craig, the defender, Kia Nurse, was right at her, so she had to pull her shot from the right side. And then after she went up, when it got to her her forehead area, then she centered it. So it's a very tough shot to have because you're not winding up from the middle. She was winding up from the side and still knocked it down.
Achunwa gets it back to a 12-point lead. She's got 14 points now to lead all Canadian scorers.
Yeah, and
Shot
every
clock
time
at
the
5.
Canadians needed something, they needed someone on the ground to be that safety zone. It's been Natalie. She's been, just really good with the passes, the scoring. So just a great show of leadership here for the veteran player.
Another turnover for Canada. Durantes misses with the left hand, goes back up after the offensive rebound, and she draws the foul. Beg your pardon, that's India Pagan.
Yeah, India Pagan not giving it up after the contested layup there. Could not finish. Whoop, right back to it, and then gets hit on the other side. So, we talk about the first jump, but just as important is the second jump, the one following the first play, because, Puerto Rico is within reach, Craig. 4:30 to go. The Canadians have, really surpassed their turnovers average, 19 turnovers this far. So if they can they've knocked down the first one here. You bring it in, you try to bring it into a single digits and see what can happen in the end. But, and if you're the Canadians, run your set on the other side, take care of the ball, because once they have, they're shooting a high percentage. They're shooting a total of 47% from the field, so they're getting what they want. They just have to take care of the turnovers.
Nurse back outside, Swords, and now here comes Hill. Jumper by Emma here, no good. Rebounded by Pamela Rosado. Up ahead to Pagan. She loses the dribble, but maintains possession. Still plenty of time for Puerto Rico to get a play. Durantes. The floater and an offensive foul.
Once again,
Nice
you
job
see
by Natalie
leadership play.
Achunwa. Yeah.
Leadership play, Craig. Natalie has given that, has delivered that throughout the whole year. As soon as she's able to see that her team is in need, see right there, she stepped into it and right there drew the charge. So she has been, again, the veteran leadership that the team so much needs.
And how about the veteran awareness to step outside the restricted area?
Yes, yes. And those are the winning plays, Craig, that sometimes do not go in stats, but make so much of a difference.
Wow, steal there by Alana Smith. Her layup missed. Rebound tipped out of bounds, and what did they call a foul?
Well, perhaps right
Look at
here
the
on
hustle
the
by
challenges.
Yeah,
Right
I
there,
think they
just
got
on the
Swords on
end.
the foul.
She did. She did a great job of hustling back to challenge Smith, but she just brought her two arms down a little bit too much.
First free throw, no good for Alana Smith. 0 for 3 now on the tournament. Hits the second, and it's a 10-point lead.
And this is it right here. If you're Puerto Rico, you don't have much more time. You have got to get multiple stops right now.
One advantage Puerto Rico does have is that Canada is over the limit. Achunwa, turnaround jump shot from about 10 feet. Wow. Clutch bucket for Natalie Achunwa, and she's got 16.
She was looking for the back door. The pass was denied, so she decided to take it herself and just knock down the open jumper.
Gone. Achunwa blocks the shot. Rebound tipped and controlled by Sammy Hill. Natalie Achunwa doing it all now for Team Canada. Drawing the charge, hitting the open shot, now blocking a shot. It's the Natalie Achunwa show the last minute. Sammy Hill, scoop layup. Will it count? No.
Yeah, it seemed like Hill just left her pivot foot before she dribbled, so the classic travel on the catch. But I'm glad that you mentioned just, how Natalie has been able to really make her presence felt and help this Canadian team to have this 12-point lead.
Quick attack by Rosado. Missed over Dornstouter. Dornstouter gets it, has her shot blocked. Durantes puts that one into press row. And it'll stay with Canada with 15 to shoot.
And if you're Canada now, the clock is in your favor. Use that. You don't have to rush your shot. Find the best shot that you can offensively. Oh, it seems like the Puerto Ricans are going to say it went off Canada, but I don't think they have. Do they have a challenge here? Because they might have a case, and it might be the good moment to use it. Oh, no. It was hit by Smith, perhaps, but they are restarting play, so it doesn't matter anymore.
Hill, the back tap on the offensive rebound. That's a huge offensive board there. Dornstouter, hounded by Quinones. Over to Emaher, launching the three-pointer. Rebound pulled down by Alana Smith. Puerto Rico trailing by 12, inside 2 minutes to play. Now Puerto Rico has a little bit of urgency they need to play with, but Aurea Gurantes, my goodness, it's a three and she's got 20.
Yeah, if you need urgency and you need scores, you're going to give the basketball to number 22 because there's a reason why she's the leading scorer on this tournament.
The lead down to 9. Rosado. Gurantes. Very long jumper, misses left. And Sammy Hill bringing it up. And now Canada can run a little clock here. Hill getting it to Emaher. Stolen away by Gurantes. Sammy Hill getting back, blocks the shot, but draws the foul. Or I should say commits the foul. So Aurea Gurantes will go to the free throw line.
Well, look at this, a beautiful steal. And then, Craig, she dribbles the ball with her offhand, not allowing the defender any chance on the strip, and then protects with her body to try to finish the play. So, these are the type of plays that sometimes you play off your instincts, but basketball is such a beautiful game because of that. You've got to find small solutions throughout the entire time. You got to have quick thinking.
$75-68 now. Gurantes has 5 steals after that theft. Lead down to 7. Hill chewing up some clock. Now she drives, gives it up to Dornstouter underneath. She missed the layup. Gurantes.
Very well played by Kia Nurse.
Yeah. You want to talk about a veteran play, not to commit the foul there. 20 seconds to play now, and Canada can breathe a little bit easier. It's almost a set shot from Letitia Emaher from 20 feet. Well, a valiant effort by Puerto Rico.
Yes.
As they trailed by 22. Got it down to within 7 late in the fourth quarter, but the final score is going to be 77-68 in favor of Team Canada, and both of these teams have punched their tickets to the Olympic qualifying tournament in February with a chance to go to Paris for the big show next summer. Let's take a look at the numbers on this one. Canada 44% from the floor overall, 29.6 from three-point range, 9 of 11 from the free throw line. Puerto Rico, 33.9% from the floor, 22 of 65. They were 12 of 31 for 38%. In three-point range, 12 of 16 from the free throw line. Canada winning the rebound battle, 56-27, with a 16-5 edge on the offensive glass. Puerto Rico just 12 turnovers, Canada 22. Individually, Letitia Amahir, 11 points, 15 rebounds, 4 assists. Quinn Dornstadter, 4 points, 3 boards. Sammy Hill, 5 points. Kia Nurse, 4 points, 4 assists. Cassandra Prosper, 8.6 rebounds. Natalie Achunwa, 16 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Steal and a block. Kayla Alexander, 2.6 rebounds. Bridget Carlton, 2 points, 4 boards, 2 assists. Shea Colley, 11 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Ashlyn Koenig, 3 points. Silas Swords had 11 and 5 boards. For Puerto Rico, Maria Girantes, 22 points.
Listo.
Tyra Melendez, 11. Evelyn Rosado, 12. Alana Smith, 10.
Okay.
And let's go down to the floor for the interview.
That we came here, we did what we wanted to do. We won 3 games, we qualified for the Olympic qualifier. That was our main goal. Now we get to take some things that we learned in this tournament and apply it for the next round.
And speaking about that, how confident do you feel about your chances to getting into the Olympics?
I feel confident in the work that we do. With Canada Basketball, really focused on how we can get better, how we can take things that we learned here, and how we can apply Canada's basketball's principles to every game we play. So I'm excited to see what our coach has in store for us and to compete at the highest level in Hungary for another chance in the Olympics.
And what would it mean to you and to your team to make it to the Olympics?
Oh, I mean, it would mean everything. It's the biggest global multi-sport event, and for us to be able to make a consecutive, it would be my 4th consecutive Olympics, it would be huge. So right now we're going to focus on the games in Hungary because we have to win there to be able to make it to Paris. So one thing at a time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Big smile from Natalie Achunwa as Canada advances. They've got their eyes on the prize, which is Paris, but they know there is work to be done in Hungary. Again, Victor, the final score, 77-68. Puerto Rico, though, made it interesting down the stretch.
Yeah, Craig, you know, the Canadians came out blazing hot, 10-0 start, and then in the second quarter, too, really made that push. And it really started defensively for the Canadians. They've held Puerto Rico to just under 30% shooting. So you got to, and also the 56 rebounds versus 27. So that's where the secret was for the Canadians. You know, they're able to hold the Puerto Rico team under a good field goal percentage and the rebounds. Then once they did that offensively, they found their spots. They're able to swing the ball around. You see right there, lob passes inside, high lows, cutters, just getting players good looks. Really drove their offense. And if you're Puerto Rico, they tried. You see right here, they knocked down a few shots. They put pressure. They were close here in the end, just ran out of time and try to put even more pressure against this Canadian team. But great ball game is expected from both these squads who, you know, finished 1 and 2 here in the tournament and just are tough matchups for anyone who will see them next February. I mean, you got to bring your A game against these teams because they can put up numbers really fast.
One more game after this one, by the way. It's going to be host nation Colombia taking on their biggest rival, Venezuela. Both of those teams looking for their first win in this tournament. Again, this is the 2023 FIBA Olympic pre-qualifying tournament from Coliseo Ivan Dubedu in Medellin, Colombia. For my partner, Victor Mansoure, my name's Craig Fada. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. So long for now.
Batista, ahí lo tienen la selección de Puerto Rico. Lana Smith con la número 15, Keila Hillary con el cartón, con el número 8, Sam Prosper con la número 11, Natalie Achungwa con la número Prosper con la número 11, Natalie Achungwa con la